Butterflies fill my spine, I feel myself getting hot again. Nerves rushing through my brain, yeah, they can't hear fire from the trees. You're standing by his side, red drops burning down your face. Getting real close now, baby. Holy fuck, I feel it with you. I lose self-control. Now I found that you're not one to hear me now. You got me on my knees begging for your lady. And like a fool to stand around and let you blame me. And I'm riding in the sky to the heavens like an
Hi, my name is Leo Connors, and welcome to The Ring and All Other Sports. Well, Florida Panthers won the Stanley Cup in 6 games, right?
1-5,
Over Edmonton, McJesus.
man. 1-5, man.
Yeah, it was crazy. I didn't see that coming. Like
I didn't either.
of a big game 5-1, I really did.
No.
You know?
Especially the Oilers.
3 of them,
good.
3 of the games went into overtime.
Yeah, then the last one
Yeah.
wasn't.
Right.
Was a,
Yeah, the game 2 was a big one too. Florida won 6-1.
Yeah.
That's where Marchand scored 2 goals, one shorthanded, and then one in overtime. And they said first time ever that a hockey.
I think I saw that. It was the first time
a
ever.
shorthanded goal and the game-winning goal in the same games never happened. So,
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty cool.
my guest, Brandino Davis, professional wrestler. How are you, my friend?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Good. Listen, we got a lot of fan questions. Let's get
happy
right
with
into it. You know Bobby D?
I do.
Can you have him take up wrestling? Did he take up wrestling in high school? And when was his first match outside school? In what town? In what wrestling show was it? Thanks. I'm sure you probably answered that a long time ago, but for Bobby D, we could do it again.
I did. So I didn't do Greco-Roman. I did legit like grappling.
Yeah.
And it was weird because my grappling teacher had like a space in his house. So I used to do like matches out there. So I know grappler and I do know Greco-Roman, but I never did a real Greco-Roman match.
Yeah.
I always wanted to, but my weight in high school was like around like 260, 270.
Right.
So I couldn't break that class. So it was a good shot. And professional wrestling was after college. I wanted to do it during, but I made a promise to myself and my friend who passed away, who named me Brandino Davis,
Nice.
because as you know, I have a learning disability. Everyone knows it.
Yeah.
And he told me just graduate college, prove everyone wrong, and then pursue it. And that's what I did. And never looked back. Never did.
Excellent. All right. So, Bare Knuckle Burley.
Wow, that's a name for
Any funny memories of training at the original Bell Time Club in Everett? Now, that's the one behind the 7-Eleven, right? Up the stairs.
That's up the stairs,
all right.
the door of death. I will tell you my first match.
Yeah.
My first match, it was against Shady Shane. And we were both super green and stuff like that. I went over the top rope. While I was going over the top rope, the belt broke. And you know where I go upstairs and there's that big, big, big door?
Yeah.
It was open. So I literally snapped, stumbled like this.
Right.
I turned and I just held on to the door for dear life. And that was like my first match, but they didn't see that on camera. But yeah, I remember that very well. Ring crew up there was awful.
Right.
One at a time. One rail at a time.
Yeah, because the stairs weren't
We're
very
steep.
big. Yeah.
We're steep.
Yeah.
It was, man, but good times though. Easy access. You can get something to eat if it's like late because 7-Eleven's right above it. And
Yeah.
a bunch of restaurants, green tea. So it wasn't bad because for convenient wise after ring crew.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was special place. Special place.
Now, is that back when Pat was more hands-on involved?
Yes.
Okay, I
that
thought so.
was yeah, that would be. This was when Pat before he lost all that weight.
Right. No, yes. Yeah.
Yes, that was my first experience in wrestling.
Well, I have a question by somebody else after about something, so we'll touch back up on that. But Cindy Hott, Outcast, no. I'm so bad. I just
saw
Cindy Hott in a wrestling promotion down in Connecticut.
Yes, I just saw her Saturday. I'm a visual person,
Right.
so I'm like, who the hell?
I'm a
is Cindy?
stoner, so I don't remember. Sorry, honestly, I really am. Just tell him that I'm still proud of him for behaving himself at the Lovell wedding, laughing out loud.
All right, listen. So it was Johnny Primer's wedding.
Yeah.
He was like, "Can you come?" I knew him since day
Right.
one. I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll come." And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I have a dinosaur blow-up costume. I can just literally just come in like an entrance and be like Jurassic Park when you see the woman and Hugh just turns her head, and that would be me just going like this with the blown up dinosaur. But my A, it was too hot. B, my kidney disease was really kicking my butt.
Right.
And it was so hot. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pass out. I couldn't even do it. I wanted to. So listen. I had it planned.
Yeah.
I had the time. I had my girlfriend was gonna be in the stunt with it. It was beautiful, but I was like, it's 98 degrees.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't work. That's not a good idea.
We have to go up 2 flights of stairs, and I'm cramping every time.
Right.
But-
well, I saw a picture of you in a suit with a drink and a microphone. Was that at that wedding?
No. So that was my friend Fleming's wedding, and I'm happy for him. So I have a little backstory with him. So my friend Fleming's is autistic.
Yep.
But he was very religious, and
Right.
we all respected that because he wasn't, poking you and stuff about it.
Yep.
And he waited for marriage, and he got married. His wife was still waiting for marriage. So
Yeah. Awesome.
it was his first real relationship.
Yeah.
And they just had a beautiful baby.
Nice.
Congratulations.
That's congratulations. That
And,
is awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, he was and man, he was a drunk in college. I can tell you stories.
Yeah, well, I don't think
But-
he just got married.
Oh, she knows.
Oh,
Oh, that was the conversation. That was the speech that I was saying. Like, listen.
oh
beware of
God.
him.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right. Robert Vituli. So glad he's back.
It was.
Now, I do have a question.
Yeah.
So, did you have to get medically cleared?
I got. Listen. I got 3 doctors cleared.
Yeah. Nice.
The fistula. The doctors know it was weird because it looked like a little Paul pass, but it was clear. My dad says I'm cleared as long as I wear like a gurney, like a girdle, like
Yeah.
a football girdle, which is fine because
Yeah.
I'm a coach, so I can get one. And the scar's not that bad. I mean, I could show this right here if I can. It's really like right here to
Yep,
here.
yep.
And I've seen worse.
Right.
So the doctor's like, you're recovering. I was cleared in 7 months after the surgery.
Nice.
But I wanted to take it slow,
Yeah.
and I wanted to paddle before,
Yeah,
just dive it
absolutely,
in.
yeah.
And my first show back was with Larry, and I loved it. It was like when something was taken from you, and people are saying you will never do it again, and you'll never be able to be able to fly over 2 days and stuff like that, not be in excruciating pain. Like during the whole kidney failure thing, I pulled, I think, on my legs, I pulled muscles that close to tear because of the spasms. I
Right.
pulled this leg 8 times and this leg 7 times. And this is when I'm sleeping or doing dialysis.
Right.
Because of the lack of water. But once I got into that, I broke down and cried.
Right.
Broke down and cried right in front of
Of
Larry.
course.
He's like, welcome back. And even I hugged my girlfriend. And I have a lot of work to do. And I'm not gonna bash it. I am rustier than a 40-year-old car. Like I'll say it. I am blown up like it's engine, but I'm trying.
Right.
And I never got to see that light at the end of the tunnel until like the last second. It was really, to me, it was like limbo, like a real life limbo. You're doing the same thing every single day, but it's like you're a car.
Right.
Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock on the dot, or 6:30. I had a port, which is right here, and then I had the fistula.
Right.
But ironically, knowing my luck, the fistula was healing before I got the transplant, so it never been used.
Right.
I had a port, and it was 2 tubes, and it was like just watching your blood from really dark purple to light red.
Right.
In like 2 areas. But I was always tired, even driving home, and I was only a mile away. I was always tired. I was always in pain. I couldn't take any pain pills because I'm definitely allergic to it. Like I had to take heparin every single time. So I had to use marijuana. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But I got a doctor's note, and I got
Nothing wrong with that here.
It's not, but I had to deal with my pain.
Right.
That's
Of
the only
course.
thing I could have done. So I ate edibles and stuff like that. And
Oh, you have. Wait a minute. You have to be in pain to eat the edibles.
so a lot of people don't realize. People are like, "Oh, can you feel you can do day to day?" You can't.
Right.
I couldn't walk a quarter of a mile without being hyperventilated, breathing. And even after the kidney transplant, I was there an extra week because it overworked so well. My pulse was like 200, but my blood pressure was like 110.
Wow.
So my heart was feeling like I was having a heart attack, but my body was mellow. So it was the weirdest feeling in the world. Yeah, just waking up and just seeing it was like for real. And the first person was who saw me was Bo Douglas,
Yeah.
and because he worked there, so he was the first one.
Yeah.
Even my mom didn't see. He just checking on you, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm half drugged
Bo's
up.
a good man.
He is a good man. Sometimes I want to kick him. It is what it is. He is like a father figure in the
Yeah.
Muslim community, but he's like that uncle that you want to throw punch at the same time, but you want to throw punch him with love.
Right.
But
Of course.
I mean that with love, Bo. So please take it like a grain of salt. It is what it is. Not too much salt because I'm trying to get that salt intake back. So
There you go. All right. So, actually, speaking of Bo Douglas,
oh boy.
Pennsylvania to West Virginia, or in North Carolina, South Carolina, big time wrestling road trips. Any story from either of those can be short and entertaining.
Okay. I made Jeff Hardy laugh.
Yeah?
Yeah, and it was a random ADHD moment and stuff like that. I'm getting geared up. We're in Hickory, North Carolina, and Steve Perkins was like, "You gotta be, you gotta be from Hickory." So I'm like, "All right," but I'm sounding like from the North Shore, from Massachusetts.
Right.
So let's make this happen. So I'm wrestling Bo, and he's like, "Don't bump." I'm like, "Oh, all right, it's the first match, but we did it, and it came out good."
Yeah.
And then the kid's like, "You're my hero," and I'm like, "I'm lying to a kid." But I gotta do what I gotta do. But I loved it. The boogeyman, not boogeyman, Vincent Valiant. Love him.
Yeah.
Love him. He's like the wrestling Willie Nelson, and just mellow.
I'm a big fan of his gimmick. That's what drew me to wrestling back when I was a little kid, was like the freaks, the masked dudes, stuff like that. That drew me to wrestling.
I lucked out with wrestling. My grandfather, back in the early, I'll say like 60s.
Yeah.
They used to remember how to do like carny shows.
Oh, yeah.
So it had him, King Kong Bundy, and Sergeant Slaughter, and he was a boxer. And I was like, that is kind of cool. And it's been like that all day. And my first ever, I love you, Mom, but we didn't tell you. So my first match was ECW,
Yeah.
Mass Transit.
Rich Palladino told the whole story from this room right here, man.
So
What a story.
I'm going to tell you in a
Unreal.
I'm going to tell you a 6-year-old's point of view because,
You were 6?
I was 6 years old.
Wow.
90,
Mass
yeah,
transit,
90,
man.
96, right?
New
96.
Jack
It was like late 96.
gigged them up.
I was there. So the image of like someone with a kid in the back, that's me and my dad. And my dad just sit there, don't tell your mom. Don't tell your mom. Don't tell your mom. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. This is fun to me. I'm 6 years old. I don't even know what the hell happened until I'm putting two and two together. And I'm like, wait a minute. No.
Dude, the one angle of that, you see that the blood was like coming out of his head like a faucet. It wasn't just dribbling out of his head. It was shooting out his head.
He hit it like, I know it now. He hit it like a vein right here.
Oh, definitely.
And it just squirted. But no one didn't realize his head, what it looked like a half-open sandwich.
Right.
Because of the skin.
Wow, really?
Yeah, so, yeah.
That, but his father all of a sudden was yelling, he's only 17. But
He was yelling something else too, but that's how New Jack got out. I'm like, I wish people could just say it and be like, well, you said it, man. I'm sorry.
Maybe New Jack got in the trunk of a car and got driven out of the building. Probably that's how he got out.
Nah, not in Boston.
They didn't arrest him.
Nope. No, he didn't. Who's gonna arrest that man? I wouldn't. I'd be like, just get in the car.
There's a million New Jack stories. But next up we got Maverick Wild.
Man.
And he says, how was your Alaskan adventure?
My Alaskan adventure was outstanding. I loved it. So I'm a Seattle Seahawks fan. I'm all Boston out, like every other one.
No, I hear you.
Seattle Seahawks. There's a personal reason for that. Matter of fact, I'll just tell you. So I know Odom Lloyd. I played football with him.
Okay.
And I kind of thought that was kind of disrespectful how they gave money to a man that murdered him and his family, but nothing for his family.
Right.
So I just couldn't do with that. You know what I mean? And Odom was a real good dude.
Right.
I used to get into fights in football, on a semi-pro football team. So he used to play for the Bandits. I used to play for the Generals, Notional Generals. I got into 3 fights, and this man would be like, yo, cut it out. And I'd be like, all right, Lloyd. I just walk away. And I know everyone got dirt, but to kill someone when you're making multi-million dollars, you could have just moved away and just kept it moving. And it makes it even matters worse. He was in the Gans game when I was in the Gans game.
Oh, really?
He was in Connecticut, and I was the second runner-up, so I was like his backup. And he was playing. And he was the same thing.
Right.
But yeah, Alaska was beautiful. A lot of African Americans coming from other states.
You had mentioned that.
And it was beautiful.
That's awesome.
It was 55 degrees and windy. It rained every 2 minutes, so it wasn't as bad. It wasn't bad. It was like drizzle, clear, cloudy. I'm like, all right, I can deal with this. But Eagles, I didn't realize how dumb they are. So in Alaska, Eagles are like pigeons.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh yeah, Eagles are like far and ferocious, and they're like, no, they're dumb. They steal other people's food. And I'm like, oh. And while me and my
They're like seagulls.
No, they're worse. So me and my girlfriend did a kayaking thing on the shore, and I think it was in like Skagway, and we see an eagle, and we see like a big sea lion caught a fish. He's all celebrating. We just see the eagle go, bang, and miss, and it's in the wall.
Jesus.
It just goes back and down.
They're big birds, man.
They only get bald when they 5 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but it's beautiful. I wanted fur, but it was like $500. But I got a ulu, which is some type of knife. I love this thing.
Yeah.
So what it looks like.
What's it called? A Lulu?
Ulu.
Ulu, okay.
Yeah. So it's like a native knife. And what it does is you can carve it. So it looks like you hold it like this. So it has like a handle, and it's like a knife that goes like this. So all you have to do is carve the meat, and it carves it like that. Or it has like another cooking board, and it curves in so you can mix like mince and stuff. Oh, I love it.
Nice. Nice. Well, Mav said he honeymooned there.
Listen,
And his wife and himself were here just a couple weeks ago.
Congratulations.
He never brought that up.
didn't brought that up. I want to know where did he go. He can hit me up with a message. I want to know. So next time, because we're gonna go again. We did what is it? Royal Caribbean.
Yeah.
And yeah, we loved
My
it.
girl wants to go on a cruise. She does.
I would honestly just get the VIP.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. We already. Yeah.
Because if you think about it, food,
Yeah. Booze.
there's an atomic bar. My God.
Yeah.
Perfect drinks every single time.
Oh, I believe
Just
it.
an arm.
Guys like that, they're artists. Like honestly, you go on a cruise, man. I'm telling you, them bartenders know their drinks. They're not you go into this other bar. You know what I mean? A restaurant. And The
Yeah.
guy doesn't know how to make a Manhattan.
Oh man. So I had the Alaskan drink, the duck fat.
Okay.
It is just like a espresso martini in a shot glass form. But it's so, I'm like, this is delicious, but it's just layered. But we had that. He's like, yeah, it's a regular shot. It's only Kahlua and all that stuff.
Right.
But yes, it was magical. Then we went to Victoria in British Columbia.
Yeah.
65 degrees, 3 out of the 4 seasons of the year.
Wow.
And at wintertime, 40 to 30, because the mountain of Mount Olympus blocks all the weather. I'm like, I hate all of you. All of you.
It's a nice place to live. I hear you.
Oh my God.
The weather sounds great.
It was windy. Windy, no one cared. Like, of course, there was homeless people, but they were
Yeah.
clean. It was.
They got clean homeless people.
Listen, they were under. They knew where to go. They weren't
Yeah.
in like the middle of anywhere, because you go to Boston, you can go to anywhere,
Right.
And they're everywhere.
Everywhere.
They're in.
They are.
They're in their own little sections, little pockets.
Okay.
Let them be.
Yeah.
They're
They're not
good.
bothering
They're not
nobody,
bothering
right?
anyone.
You know, I used to, when I worked in Boston years ago, and I was working as a waiter at Serendipity 3 and Faneuil Hall and then Joe's American Bar and Grill.
I know. Yeah, I know Serendipity. I remember Serendipity.
Oh, dude, that place was a lot of fun to work.
Remember the ground round?
Oh, yeah, the ground round. That's been gone for like 20-something years.
I don't care. I miss Tuesdays.
Oh, God. All right. So, next up, we got, hold on.
How many people?
We got here, hold on.
This is a lot.
Yeah,
I'm
it is a
used to
lot.
this.
That's
I
all
need to
right.
get like 3.
Yeah.
The same old questions. What happened to the fried chicken?
Yep.
By Todd Graham.
No, ready? This is one right here. Larry Huntley, how cool is Geno's?
Geno's is a special experience. It's a punk rock bar, and it's just rowdy people, but they're nice rowdy people.
Yeah.
So you want that rowdiness. Like there's always like that one tool and stuff like that. But I love Geno's. I'll go to Geno's. every
Nice.
single
Well,
time.
Larry has a follow-up. How cool is cousin Larry? He's question about himself.
He's pretty
Laughing
cool.
out loud. He is very cool.
Except
He's
with
very
the thumb.
cool.
The thumb.
Oh, yeah, well,
it's
yeah. Well, I don't have to
we
worry
can't be
about the
doing
thumb.
that. Yeah, you don't. But in 2025, Larry, just no more thummies, all right? It's not fun.
All right.
Gotta wash
Garrett
it.
McCormick, one of my best friends ever. Tell the dude I love him. Ha ha.
Love
He
you too, you
comes
big
back. He
snippets.
comes back later. Chad Epic. How is the recovery process going?
The recovery was miserable for like 3 months
Yeah.
because the scar was healing and the nerves and stuff like that. But I was taking my time and slowly stretching and
Right.
doing all that stuff and trying to get more mobile.
Okay.
I was actually surprised. I actually went to Louisiana to see my grandfather, but Mississippi, but Louisiana's like an hour away
Right.
from him. And me and my girlfriend was surprised. She's like, she has her step thing. She's like, we did like 50,000 steps. I'm like, what?
Wow.
I was like, yeah.
That's a lot.
It is. And I'm like, how can I do like 10? But the recovery, the day one, it was night and day.
Right.
Like, but I was peeing like a racehorse.
Yeah.
Like nonstop. I'm like, oh, I forgot about this.
Right? I forgot how I have to go to the bathroom all the time.
You really don't. You
Right.
really
I
forget.
hear you. I believe that.
Because like I said, I think the most I can have is D2 drinks when I had kidney failure. So I had to get crushed ice and just
Right.
use like water, like
Yeah,
fruit and stuff,
yeah.
just to not get bloated and feel like I'm drowning, because that's not fun. But the other part about having an illness or the really, I'll say life-threatening, because let's face it, any organs, anything like that,
Right.
if you need a machine, you're dying. It is what it is.
Right.
Your jokes get really morbid. You just don't care about your jokes. And the things I've said to my girlfriend about my organ, it's like, she's like, I'm not surprised. I'm like, listen, I got nothing else to do. But,
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and you see things after, like really reality out of the 3 years I've been around. I mean, like, one prime example. I saw the episode with the whatever his name is, and I saw the text with you, and
Yeah.
saying like, "All right, maybe I shouldn't do this." Don't ever say that ever again,
Right.
because you are a wrestling staple. I want you to realize that you are a wrestling staple, and don't let some chababa
Right.
about politics or anything else.
Yeah.
You're a goat to us.
I appreciate that.
Nah, man.
I really
Like,
do. I really do.
I want to say it out there, like, there's no need for stupidness. We're all boys and girls.
Yeah.
Be tending and loving the sport that we in.
Yeah.
I don't care about any preference. I don't care what you are. We are grown men and women dressing up. Now, I'm not going to say dressing up. Wearing tights.
Yeah.
Putting on baby powder and grease. Showing a show to 50 to 200 people. You shouldn't have we should be out of this equation
Right.
anyway. Like,
Should be nothing but love all around.
I grew up in an area that was so common. I grew up in Lynn, so that was so common. Like, I'll give you a prime example. My family picnic, we had 3 gay uncles, 4 lesbian aunts, 2 transgender cousins.
Yep.
And adopted it. So it was so normal to me, so it was whatever.
Right.
So I want people to realize that, like, yo, who cares about the differences? Who cares about that? If you have something in common, my thing is, if you like tacos, video games, or anime, you're cool in my book. I don't care about politics.
Right.
Because they're both, both sides are stupid.
Yeah.
To me. You know what I mean?
Well, Chad followed that up with, and when our 697 gonna show off the scar with love, of course, he already did.
I did. See, beat you to it.
Chad's got a fucking, I almost said the F word.
Oh, you can't.
Chad
No, you
got
got
a
this.
chubby. I think. No, I'm just kidding, Chad. I love you. Okay, next up we have Jason Delgado.
Ah.
Did your payments for wrestling training to Jason Rumble come in the form of different style of Reebok sneakers?
So, I gotta tell you the whole story. We all know Jason Galadal, aka Jason Rumble.
There's, just so you know, there's more to this after, not just from him.
God.
2 people got involved in this conversation.
Who's the other 2?
Bo and Joey.
God damn it.
Come on, Rumble's son. Of course he's going to be commented on that.
Rumble signing Mama Bo.
Yeah.
Great. The family's back. No, I'll tell you. So, Jason, we all know, is a hustler.
Yeah.
We all know that. He hustles because he was born and raised around the area. He thought that I was just some preppy kid from like upstate, like Gloucester. Doesn't realize I'm from Lynn. My mom brought gang members into my house when I was like 12.
Yeah.
So didn't realize that. So he wanted remember the Air Zooms?
Yeah, yeah.
So he wanted a pair of them. He was like, if you get me a pair of them, you can wrestle for 3 months. I'm like, I can get you 2. How about for a year? He's like, all right. Little did he know that I had my cousin who worked in the factory.
Yeah.
He gets it for like 75% off.
Yeah.
So he's like, just give me $50. I was like, all right, cool. So he gave me $50. He gave me 2 pairs of shoes. That's worth $130.
Nice.
Gave it to him. He was like, all right, you're there for a year. I'm like, all right.
Not bad.
And then I told him, he was like,
You out hustled the hustler.
it's not hustle to hustler. Here's how people get greedy when it hustles. It's when you overprice things or try to do something stupid. If it's just an even trade, it's an even trade. You know what I mean? That's $200 to me. It's $260, but I paid $50. I don't care. But that's $200 that he don't have to pay for, and that's $200 that I don't have to pay for wrestling class.
Right.
So it was a win-win for me. To me, it's not wrestling. If it was school, money, and lunch, I hustled the hell out of them. But it was just school.
Right.
So it wasn't, it was for education.
There we go.
That's the easiest way I can say it. Education.
All right.
Wrestling etiquette.
There we go. And Bo Douglas says, Jason Delgado, yes, and a fake ass 20.
All right.
Well, do you want Joey's too?
Yeah, let's do it.
Joey said Bo Douglas, LMAO. I remember that $20.
Oh, Joey. I wish I could tell you this story. Oh, I got a couple stories for him. Ooh, I got a couple. One I have to just tell you after because it's too fucking.
Are you sure?
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, I'm definitely sure.
You got anything to say about those comments?
Yes. So I used to work at a bar in Boston.
Yeah.
A White Horse. And we used to take grab IDs and make like $20 per ID.
Right.
So little do we know, ours was a fake because apparently like that year, I think it was like 2015, 16. Yeah, before the storm. They gave me a 20, so I owed both $20. So I gave him a 20. And he's like, this is a fake ass 20. Sorry for my language, but I'm like, oh, do you want another one? No, I'm just going to keep it. All right, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
No, I was going to show everyone that this is a fake ass 20. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I literally just said, and Liz Havoc defended me. He was like, Bo, my bar, because she used to run a bar around there, my bar had a bunch of fake 20s. Well, yeah, but you paid attention. I didn't have the pen. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Like, I was a struggling man to have his wrestling career. Plus, I had to buy boots. Plus, I had to pay dues. And I was doing it was a big time show in Lynn.
Okay.
And that was when, Vader destroyed Pivot Terror.
Did he really? I got him next week, you know.
Oh, that was good.
Aaron Amadeus next week sitting right there.
Yep.
In character.
Good. Tell him about Vader.
Tell him about.
I want to know, how do you work Vader? I want to know, because I saw it and he tried.
What happened?
Oh. Let him find out next week.
All right. We're going to find out next week.
That would be a treat for you and for your fans.
Thank you, my friend. Well, all I got is this. Ready? Shaka bra.
Brett, love you.
B.I.G.
Always saw him Saturday.
Can't wait to see what's next, too.
I can't wait. I need to get some gear. I got new booze.
Right.
That's going to cost me like $1,300.
All right. So, there we go. How do you... Garrett McCormick. Okay. I debated whether to say this or not. Okay. How do you still stay so damn black, hanging out with white people all the time? All right, I said it.
He could say it because he has a biracial kid.
Oh, all right. Here we go.
A lot of people don't realize this.
I feel better now.
Good, because he does.
Oh, thank God.
His older son and stuff like that. No, it's the sun. It likes me, but it doesn't like me at the same time. We do get burnt. People, African-American people get burnt. It's what it is. We just don't show it. We just get dark, but it hurts. Actually, I have 16 years old. I was in Moab, Utah. I got accepted to do like a kayaking trip, and I didn't know about sun because my mom was like, "Black is beautiful. You don't need sunscreen." Home. Then my best friend who passed just slaps me right in the back.
There's nothing worse than that. Nothing worse than that.
And I was like, I want to punch you, but if I punched you, it will hurt.
Right.
So that was my first experience. But yeah, I've done a lot of like weird things in my life. I'm surprised about.
Right. JP Griffin. Brandon is a great guy. Thank you for sharing that one spot with me at UFO. Would you want to tell us what the spot was? Because I love JP. JP's a great dude. Thanks for the question, JP.
JP. Oh. Him and his Goliath hands.
He's a big dude, man. I mean, he's like 6'7". Dude.
I'm like, you're just you're like Trough from the Goonies, but attractive.
God.
That's the easiest way I can describe JP. Kindest man in the world. Thank you.
No doubt.
And JP, thank you for that gift that you gave me for Def Coffee. I've been drinking their coffee all the time. It's delicious. Nice. And we was in New York. We actually saw the company.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And he had a podcast when he did that too. When I was
the Irish Whip.
Yeah. So,
I thought I saw him saying something about maybe coming back. So hopefully,
it needs to be,
because he had asked me to be a guest on it. And I was like, yeah, right. He's JP. I love JP.
I mean, like I said, you're a wrestling star. You know how many wrestlers who are in the WWE who's been on this chair?
Couple.
Stop it. More than couple, man.
All right.
Leo, give yourself some credit.
Thank you. Leo Ortiz. Ask him about his Becca college days. Say Ortiz, an old friend, asked.
So
Good name, Leo.
So Leo and I were football players
Yeah.
at the college. And I'll tell you a story. You're gonna go. So freshman year, I turned 20. And he was like, "Oh, let's go to Anna Maria. Let's go party." I'm like, "All right, cool, whatever." Gives me a bottle. I'm 20.
Yeah.
You know what a bottle does. And mind you, I'm 320 pounds on creatine because my coach said, "You gotta get on creatine, get all big."
Yeah.
Try first time, so I'm solid. No neck, nothing. Drink it. I'm thinking I'm talking, sorry, this is years. I'm thinking I'm talking to to a woman.
Yeah.
Not realizing, he was like, "Bro, you were so drunk." And I'm like, "You were talking to a white woman. Then you thought you were talking to the same white woman, but she was Spanish with curly hair. This one had short hair."
Yeah.
Did I remember their names? He's like, no.
Yeah, no. Of course not.
I mean, I need plenty of stories about Becker. It was a small school in Leicester, Mass, near Worcester.
Yeah. Time to party.
But here's the thing. There was 2 campuses, one in Leicester and one in Worcester.
Okay.
So the Leicester one was quiet, but we had our parties, and I lived in a 21 and over dorm. So we could just buy beer anyway, so it wasn't a big deal. But the party we had out in Leicester was like bonfires and like outrageous stuff. Our campus police was some old sergeant who's like, "Just don't drink and drive." And yeah. Worcester, on the other hand, where I was at for game design, there was a meth lab, like a meth clinic around the corner.
Yeah. A meth clinic or a meth lab? Well, they're different.
Both. So on Cedar Street in Worcester, okay? And Cedar Street in Worcester.
Yeah.
You turn left, there'll be in a cider is a clinic.
Yeah.
The beginning of the cider is a meth lab.
It's a meth lab.
I'm like, what?
Jesus.
I found out when I was working at the Palladium.
Wow. You know, it's weird. Like, I watch a lot of TV shows, and you wouldn't believe how many TV shows they do a thing where a meth lab blows up. Chicago Fire does
Oh my
it.
God.
You know what I mean?
Every cop station does.
Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone. Everybody does it.
He's
man.
like, listen, it's a
hilarious.
He's like, "It's a weed thing. Let's just add some meth and just see what happens. It might blow up. It may not." What?
I used to watch the show Justified. Do you remember that show?
I remember Justified.
That was a good show, and that was all about meth labs and a lot of weed, which was, hey, I said, I have no problem with that.
I don't either. Like I said, it's not. It's how you treat it.
Right.
And if you use it for like medical reasons.
Yeah, of course.
But there are people who are like, "Oh, I'm just going to do this to do this." I'm like, you're killing it for everyone. Stop.
Right. All right.
But, yeah.
Okay, so next up is William Francis. Is there anyone you still haven't shared the ring with that you'd like to? Then I saved the best for last.
All right. There's actually a lot. Milbury, the basketball dude who just.
Oh, Marbury. Yeah, he's really good. He is. Jermaine Marbury.
He won me with his character.
Yeah. And he's got his own little mascot.
I'll never forget the first time I met him in the crowd, and this was in Maine, and I think it was Les Russell. Yeah, Les Russell. In the crowd went bananas for this basketball. Like, literally, bananas. You know the Fairfield, like,
yeah.
packed.
Wow.
Bananas. While singing Basketball by Bow Wow. I'm like...
Now, who sings it? Jermaine or the...
It was Jermaine and him.
Oh, and the basketball sings it, too.
But he doesn't even touch. He just dances around.
No, it's a really good gimmick, especially to get going. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you know how it is. I'm sure down the line people change and stuff like that. You know, but that was a gimmick that caught people's eyes right away, and he does it well.
He does it really well.
You know. All right, Joey Kilmartin. Okay, and then don't forget we're going to talk about your last match over the weekend at Let's Wrestle.
It was main event wrestling, but it was a collaboration.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
all right. So for Joey, for starters, thank you, Brandino, for all the memories we've created over the years. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you on the other side of this nightmare. First question, why didn't you take that microphone from me at the wedding? Sorry, Daniel. And I know whose wedding that is. Dan Terry's wedding. Is that where? Oh, so is that where Joey had a microphone? And what did he say? Can you repeat it? Because I know Joey.
He comes to my house. He's already rip drunk.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, I'm not gonna drink till the end, till we get there. How far is it? I'm like, it's only 5 minutes down the road from the house, Joey. All right, I'll try not to flirt with anyone. Please don't, Joey. This is mostly black people. You might get punched.
Oh, God.
And of course, me, my ex, Lumberjake, and all the wrestling.
Yeah.
I think Pigpen was even, Paul
Yeah.
was there. And we all sitting there like, is he going to grab the mic? Lumberjake's like, dare him.
You didn't.
I was like, hey, I dare you to go up there. He's like, give me the mic.
Oh, no.
And he was just swearing. It was like, I ever love you. Oh, man, I swore. Said it like 3 times. I'm like, oh.
He was a mess.
Yeah. I was like, do you need a ride home?
Joey, you ain't coming to my wedding. I'm just kidding.
I pre-warned my girlfriend. I'm like, listen, there's going to be some characters.
Yeah. You may not be going to Brandino's wedding either.
Oh, man.
All right. He's got another one. I know before bell time you had a little experience of some sort. Before bell, where was that?
All right,
I remember
so
you telling me something about this a long time ago.
It was me and Todd Graham.
Yeah.
So when Todd was
Okay.
turning up with stuff like that. And
WAW?
no, it was still Project Zero.
Okay. So was that before WAW? Is that
After.
connected to
It's-
WAW?
I think it's connected because,
okay.
funny story, he used to wrestle where I used to live in Salem.
Okay.
Him, Dustin, Adam Nessel, Tony, and all them.
Right.
And probably
Tony Spencer.
Yeah.
All those guys.
And-
Did they wrestle for Sopel? In Peabody or?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think Todd did.
Taught? Okay.
But yeah, well, it's up simple. So it was like we were doing it at Blackheart's back, the gym back when he was living off of 146.
Okay.
So it was at that barn and stuff like that. And Blackheart told me to train because I have athletic ability. But I was telling him I was graduating. And so Jose Perez hit me up and said, come over here, see what you got. So I showed him, I think it was with Frank Champion and someone else. He's like, there's a dude, Jason Rumble. So what happened was I told Todd, I'm like, hey, I want to try to pursue this.
Right.
And we were young. And I probably said it very cocky. And it had like, we had a falling off, but it was like, then we met like probably 5-6 years later. He was like, why are we mad? I'm like, I have no idea.
Right.
But yeah, without Todd,
Todd's a good dude.
yeah, he is a good dude. He's a great dude.
Yep.
And without him, I wouldn't be able to do it. And he told me before my friend passed away, because that's how I got into it, was my friend Michael. And he was like, but I want to name you your character, the name I named you since you were a kid, like Brandino. So I'm like, yeah, I got you. So, but I wasn't named Brandino. I was named like the blackest name for the. It was Malcolm Xavier.
All right. Yeah.
And
It don't get much more than that.
I'm like, wow, I am Malcolm X and Professor X's long lost son. Listen, it was a weird time in like mid 2010s, man. It was a weird time for Brandino Davis. I'm letting you know that right now, man. You know, we all hit rock bottom in the beginning of our wrestling careers.
All right. Now, here comes Joey the Wise Guy. I'm already laughing because this is horrible. Do you still use those fake 20s, he says?
I wish I could use those fake 20s to put gas in my car.
Right.
But no, I do.
Who wouldn't want to be able to do that?
Why would I have a bunch of fake 20s? First of all, I want people to realize.
Joey's saying that.
I know. First of all, I want people to realize if you keep on having $20 fake bills from 2015 to 2020,
you're going to go to jail.
You are a mastermind because you got away with it for 10 years. B, you're stupid because you're doing it still. And C, if you think I'm going to have fake 20s, I don't even have 20 right now. I'm using like a card. It's depressing.
All right. The last part he has. Have we ever wrestled one-on-one? Because I can't remember a time, but I know we have shared the ring many times. Before you answer that, I know why you can't remember, Joey.
That's actually true. We did 3 times. 3 times. Letting you know that it's on VCW, Joey. Jesus, you need to cut it out, bro.
All right. So you just wrestled over the weekend.
I did.
You teamed up with your tag team partner, Eric Johnson.
With the Stigma, yes.
Yes, the Stigmas. You took on the Pathway.
Yes.
And how'd the match go?
That wasn't expected. We were close. Manager kind of did a jerk move, right in the spot.
Whoa.
So I got it, and they took the...
Did you tell him not to hit that spot?
Are you gonna tell a bad guy to not hit me?
No,
Are you gonna go to? Are you gonna rob a place?
You got me on that.
Are you gonna rob a place?
You got me on that.
You're gonna rob a place like. Can I steal your stuff? I'm hurting, and I need those shoes. I know they're the wrong size.
So, but the match went well.
Match went well, yes.
And you said it was for, like, might as well plug them a little bit.
It was Ring Wars. So
Ring Wars.
It's a bunch of like Let's Wrestle, Limitless, MEW, and I think Main Event Wrestling.
Nice.
And he's like, you want to wrestle? I'm like, yeah, I want to go slow.
Yeah.
And by the end of beginning or end of November, I'm gonna do hopefully full time.
Nice.
Because I want to get new wrestling gear and stuff like that.
Well, I'll tell you, you wrestle a lot up in Maine. You do.
I wrestle up in
You're
Maine.
a regular wrestler in Maine.
Yeah, I
most part, right?
I was in Maine, New York, and in Mass. Yeah.
Have you wrestled in Vermont at all?
No. Actually, I did.
Have you ever met Travis Mullet Man Hinton? Been a guest on the show.
I have not.
He's wrestled for Green Mountain.
I heard of Green Mountain, yeah.
A few others.
But I only wrestled in Vermont once with I forgot. Impulse.
Okay. All right.
And it was a good crowd. One show was like 400. The last show was like 7 because it was like a town event. So we had it in downtown, like where Mike's job was at. And he used to just do it right here, and it was like 700 people.
Oh, wow.
Nice, beautiful Vermont.
That's awesome.
Day. It was working with Mortar.
Nice. Really?
Yeah. I wish I could find that match because it was hilarious. First of all, we couldn't find the bell ring. So his girlfriend was the bell. So you hear ding, ding, ding. And I'm like, immediately trying not to laugh.
Right. And Mortar, who is the chaotic wrestling heavyweight champion.
Congrats.
Yep. He's really good. I was looking at some pictures of yours, and I saw a guy in a picture with you, and I have to ask, because he's the strangest guy I've ever met in wrestling.
Who?
Teddy Hart. Now, were you just in a picture with Teddy, or do you have any little stories about Teddy?
I got stories. I got plenty of stories.
Can you clean one up?
Yes. His cat does really do gymnastics. But it's
that
weird.
is true. The cat can do tricks.
Yeah, but
that's true.
It's weird because he has like his own little apartment in the back of each rental truck.
Yeah.
So he has like his little box, his little little kitty litter, and I'm like, all right, this is weird. So he put it in my car, and I'm like, why is there a cat in my car?
I don't think Teddy has the cat anymore.
Well, he probably passed. He was old.
No, Teddy's locked up.
Well, yeah.
But he's the weirdest, strangest guy I ever met. Trent Acid introduced me to him, and man, oh man, was he weird.
He's a special individual.
Yeah.
He was nice to me.
I mean, he was very nice. Don't get me wrong. Very nice.
He was nice to me too, so I have no.
But the things that came out of his mouth, I didn't like. Like, why would you say some of these things?
Like I said, he's a special individual.
But all right, so I was also just looking at pictures of you with people.
Yeah.
And so I decided to put some names down on a list. Guy that last time you were here, you were with somebody else.
Oh, Alec?
Alec Price.
Yeah, I'm happy for him, man.
Freaking awesome.
Yeah, Alec's doing big things. I would love to work him again. I feel like we would beat the hell out of each other.
Right.
And probably hug it after. But I would love every minute of it.
Dude, he's killing it. Now, I was there the night he won the tag team championships in GCW in New York.
I saw
Me
that.
and Joey went to that.
Nice.
Yeah, and Dave Fournier.
Oh, nice.
Yep. All right. I also saw you had a picture with a couple other guys that had caught, this guy just got, he's signed with the WWE now. Savio Vega.
He gave me, so I was working Mike Nice.
Yeah.
When he changed his gimmick. And I made Savio, so it was at Blackheart's place in Showcase.
Yeah.
And it was a live event. Wait a minute. That's how I met the Bakers.
That's how you met the Bakers, too?
I have a story for that. But yeah, so I was making Savio laugh the whole time. And I was like, because it was Mike Nice. And he didn't know I knew Mike Nice.
Yeah.
He was like, they're gonna let the big white guy beat up this little black guy? I'm like, I'm not little, but like, you're little to him. I was like, yeah.
Right.
But yeah, he's like, oh, your character is great. He talked to me for like 25 minutes.
He's a legend, man, in the wrestling business in
man.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
He is a friggin' He's out like a Hulk Hogan type guy over there. He really, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He really is. He's one of the best wrestlers to come out of Puerto Rico of all time.
True.
Right? TNT.
True.
I mean, nobody even knew who he was for a lot of years, and he was phenomenal. All right, how about another guy I saw? He's got a very successful podcast going, Stevie Richards.
Stevie Richards. So I met him when I was in school, and he saw me. He was like, "You should be a wrestler." Like I'm actually trying to be, because he liked the shirt I had on that picture. So we was talking about video games for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
We started like, "You want to be a wrestler?" It's because he loved video games too, and I think he was doing something with his with a game company.
Okay.
Because I believe what was Athena was there too, and she was with a clothing company.
Okay.
So I met him. My phone died when I wanted to take a picture with her because I remember her when she started doing indie shows.
Right.
And we was cool about it. We was talking and stuff like that because her booth was here and my college's booth was here.
Yeah.
Because every year at PAX East, we used to do programs and game testing and stuff like that to show us like the stuff. And one of my games came out, and it was showed. But yeah, it was nuts. We talked for 2 hours. I didn't even realize I wanted to be. He's like, "You want to be a wrestler?" We could have started from that. I'm like,
right.
Sorry.
Yeah, but isn't it cool though that you could honestly you can hang with a wrestler and not talk wrestling? Because I'll tell you, I did that at my buddy Sean Hans's wedding. At the same table as me was dastardly Danny Doring, and I love wrestling, but I didn't bring up wrestling once. But I think he might have thought I was an alcoholic because they had an open bar. No, but they wouldn't give me shots of tequila. But you know what they would give me?
tequila and Coke.
No, they'd give me a big glass of tequila.
Well, save it for later.
So I drank them down,
Yeah.
But it was really cool, you know what I mean, to be able to do that and not, and love wrestling.
I had that with 2 wrestlers.
Yeah.
I had that with Santana.
Yeah.
Because he was a coach in New Hampshire. So I was like, I'm becoming a coach. He was talking to me
Yeah.
for a long period of time. And Lex, when he went to the big time, we dropped, me and Bear Marchu dropped him off. And we was just talking football. For hours. He was like, yeah, because he's a Buffalo Bills fan.
Right.
He's like, oh, and DC Dillinger it was a Bills fan too.
Right.
So I knew
Right.
what to say. I'm like,
Did you ever go to DC's Christmas parties?
I was in a few of them.
Yeah.
And a lot of people was like, you weren't there. It was like, and like, Matty Almeida and like all of them. He was like, no.
George.
Yeah. He was like, no, George. I have a funny George character.
Would you mind?
Yeah, so it was me, DC, Slick Wagner Brown, Mark Sherman, and Chris. And we're all cracking jokes. They're all cracking jokes in front of me. And he was like, well, Slick, you look like Kevin Garnett. We all paused and looked at him like, no, he doesn't.
Oh, my God.
It was just one of those like, no?
Right.
Stop it. But I think I met all of them. I met them the first time.
Nice.
Sharon was talking about that. We went to the bar. I'm like, which time?
So you go way back. You remember Dino?
Yeah.
Dino, and he was only this big. And then I didn't see him for like 4 years.
Oh, he got big.
Dude, he got like 2 inches taller than me.
got
Little
big.
Dino. He was
got
probably,
big.
what, 15? back then?
Yeah, he got big. So when I was living in
Late spurt.
when and he is such a great father and great.
That's awesome because
you know what I mean?
liked the kid a lot as a little kid. I really did.
And he was taking care of his wife, which
Nice.
just takes a lot of dedication.
Yeah.
So I give Dino a lot of credit.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean?
Good to hear.
Yeah, I remember Dino was like, "You took my name." I'm like, "I didn't." He's like, "No, that's my real name." I'm like, "I did. My bad."
Listen, you brought him up a minute ago and you said you had stories, but if you got any stories on the Bakers, that would be like incredible.
At the Sadio, at the same time when I met Sadio, so him and his brother were getting dressed, and
David and Devin.
David and Devin, and Uncle Baker was there. Oh man, come on, I want to meet you with my kids. We're walking. I'm like, I'll meet him. And the next thing I know, it was me and Dan Terry. And all of a sudden, you see these two like about to fight Cargo Vinton. And I'm like, oh boy. He's like, how F you are, boy. I was like, oh, there's my kids. And we talk about that all the time. 'Cause
Wow.
It's just the funniest thing. I'm like, because me and him, and I had a match with Devin, and we're both stiff. There was a time, it was at RWA, and it was a time when me and him looked at each other like, do we have heat? He was like, no, do I was gonna ask you that. I'm like, no, because I was hitting you hard. Like, I said the same thing. Like, we're good? I'm like, yeah, we're fine. I'm like, as long as we don't have heat. I'm like, we're good.
IWA just had a show either Saturday
Yeah, I
or
saw
Sunday.
that. It was
Saturday or
crowd, man.
Sunday, man. Really good crowd. And Jose was refereeing a match.
Good for Jose.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him.
No doubt.
But he's a grandfather, you know.
Yes,
doing
he is. It's getting old.
Youth impaired.
Doesn't work though when you're older than him. Like to say you're getting old and like what am I? You know?
I could say that. I can't.
Yeah,
I can't because Jose is like, I got working organs. I'm like, God damn it.
There's the morbid sense of humor that you're talking about, right? There it is.
Because at the end of the day, you
Right
have
there.
a crappy situation. You're not
Right.
gonna moan and like complain about it. You're
Right.
gonna be like, I might as well make. I did that with my my learning disability. Listen, I make fun of myself to a Q.
Listen, we got a minute, right?
All right.
I want to do names and just shout one word out at him, okay?
Yep.
Benny Jukes,
Biggest man of them all.
Sam Amato,
The motto? Kindest man in the world.
oh, no doubt, Robbie the Giant,
Bag of bricks and potatoes.
nice.
He's so heavy. He is so bottom heavy.
Yeah, Latasha,
Oh my God, she's like a sister. We did a tour in Canada. Oh, we were
yeah,
we were starting trouble.
B.I.G.,
Oh, G, love him.
all right. Slick Wagner Brown,
I call him my dad. He owes years of child support. I say that loud.
Bobby Ocean.
Bobby Ocean's one of those men.
I usually say them both at the same time, you know?
They look alike. though.
Come on. AJP.
Oh, AJP. I love him.
All right, last one. Guy Sadlowski.
Guy Stolowski, good man.
Good man.
It's been an honor.
Thank you,
brother.
man. Thank you for coming on again. I'm
Anytime.
glad to see things are great.
Yeah,
I
man.
saw you at the show, and you saw I was very excited to see you. I was buzzing like a bee. But I'll tell you, I was really happy to see you, my
I was
friend.
happy to see everyone too. I was like, I saw people from Maine, people from like over here, some fans. I'm like,
No doubt.
God.
All right, world. Peace. Hi, guys. I hope you're enjoying the show. Listen, I could use a little help to grow my YouTube channel. So if you could please like, share, and subscribe. That's most importantly, subscribe. Send me a direct message, and I'll give you a shout out here on the show. My YouTube channel is real simple. It's just my name, Leo Connors. Thanks in advance. Peace.